Hello, I'm Chris Massini with the Department of Conservation and Recreation. I am the forester for the Central Berkshire District, and today we are here on Sykes Mountain, which is the northern portion of October Mountain State Forest, and we're going to have the tour of the forestry project. Forestry operations in other parts of it. The entire parcel has had a rich history of agriculture, forestry, mining, sugaring, and also home sites, and we'll see some of that stuff later in the tour. The project that we're going to be looking at today is a 77-acre timber sale, which is a subsection of a larger 218-acre prescription, which will be carried out over the next several years. We are located on the top of Sykes Mountain, which is off of Sykes Mountain Road in the town of Pittsfield. The access here is from New Lenox Road in the town of Washington. This parcel and project area is surrounded by other actively managed lands, including the City of Pittsfield's watershed. There's City of Pittsfield parkland, as well as private abutters who are under this Chapter 61 program as well. For this project, there has been coordination with the abutters. There are two stream networks within this project area. Both of them will have a filter strip that's associated with them, which requires equipment to remain outside or a certain distance away from that stream. However, white ash will be cut in those filter strips. The only stream crossing within this project currently is where we're standing now. We are on the bridge that was put in by the Snowmobile Club years ago. We will be overlaying timber mats to protect their bridge during our operation, and when we are finished, we'll remove the timber mats, having their bridge undisturbed underneath. Upon the completion of the timber sale, all the roads will be restored and or improved for drainage to ensure that they will remain open for recreation into the future. So a little bit more history of this parcel. Over the years, it has been used for agriculture. There have been surface mines, sugaring, as well as forestry and homes, all located within the Myers parcel. Where we are right now was a sugaring site. The stone arch, as well as some of the old metal holding tanks for sap, are still here. This site, as well as all the other historic resources that we found within the timber sale, are protected by the standards set forth by our department archaeologist. They are either buffered and completely protected, or in some cases we remove the vegetation off of them to prevent any further damage from falling trees or uprooted trees in the future. In the process of these timber sale projects, we conduct what's called a stand exam. On the other side of the tree here is actually the center point of one of those inventory plots that help us determine not only how many trees there are in a given area, but also general health and size of the trees as well. Most of the forest type associated with this project is called mixed wood type, or it's a combination of conifers and deciduous trees, pine and hemlock and maples and birches and cherries and ash. The mixed wood forest type is usually a result of human activities, such as the previous agriculture and forestry that this property has seen. Where we are now is a site that kind of shows the hemlock with ash and birch mixed in. One of the main goals of this project is to maintain this mixed wood type into the future. So to do that, we want to make sure that we're leaving the softwood component, which would have a harder time regenerating moving on. The silviculture that's going to be conducted throughout this harvest is called irregular shelterwood. The goal is to regenerate most of the stand to our targeted species and the irregular part of it gives me, the forester, and whoever else is helping, the ability to mark the stand heavier or lighter depending upon the amount of sunlight we're looking to let reach the forest floor. One of the main goals of the project is to salvage the white ash. We are within about a mile of where the emerald ash borer was originally detected in Massachusetts, just down the road in Dalton. Through this project, we'll be removing most of the ash. The current guidelines that we're following is that we are retaining all of the ash, roughly 10 inches and smaller in diameter, that have healthy crowns, as a potential tree that can make it past the infestation if they're kind of separated away from the larger populations of ash, and potentially to act as a future seed source. Another source of ash will be the actual regeneration of this forest itself. By cutting on the heavier side and allowing more light to reach the forest floor, ash will have a better chance of regenerating and being successful into the future. Along with preserving the softwood component of our mixed wood forest in this project, another one of the main goals is to retain and promote some of the less common hardwood species that we have. For instance, this hickory tree, we want to promote this species into the future as a mass tree that will probably become more prevalent as time goes on. On the other hand, we also want to retain and promote trees like our basswood and the few butternuts that are here, to try and keep them around as long as possible, as well, for their value to wildlife. Throughout the project area, there's different markings on the trees in different colors. Any of the perimeters or filter strips where we don't want any equipment to go past, you'll see two red diagonal lines painted on the trees. All of the blue markings that you see walking through the area, an X on a tree denotes that the tree is already dead and can either be salvaged by the operator, cut down for safety reasons while the operation is going on, or left in place as a wildlife snag into the future. A diagonal slash, and in some cases a dot, signify the tree was of firewood quality or for pulpwood. And finally, behind me you can see the horizontal blue line on the tree. That means the tree was big enough and of good enough quality to be marked as a saw log. Here we are at the final stop of the tour. This is the landing area where the 270,000 board feet and 260 cords of firewood cut throughout the project area will be brought to this site to be either loaded on trucks or forwarders, to then be brought out of the forest to the main truck landing located at the intersection of Sykes Mountain and New Lenox Road.